What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this, that means that you are watching the beginning part of the live stream because you weren't here when we were live. So I think I'm going to start this video off while people hopefully join me for a little bit by talking about this pretty cool experience I had today at a meeting. This guy was talking about how in order to make a change, he was saying that you don't have to necessarily know what you want, as opposed to how important it is to know what you don't want. And that just really resonated big time with me. Sadia Satar. Is it? Tell me how to pronounce that. What's going on, guys? How do you pronounce your name? Saadia. Is it Saadia? Saadia? Is there an accent somewhere? Satar? Sario, what's going on? Jose Esparza. What's up, dude? Annie, hey. Are you guys notification squad? When if I post, do you guys just know? 420 forever, what's up, dude? Master J, 2 weeks of sobriety. Those first 2 weeks are crazy. Good for you. Shelly Howard, good evening. What's up, Shelly? Bluke says, you popped on just as my loneliness was peaking. Thank you, hello. Yeah, I've had a lot of that today, and I'm glad you're here. Rough Man says, hey, Noah, what's going on, dude? Annie, yep. Cool. Mano Teasdale, hey, what's up, dude? Pradeep Singh, hey, Noah, you look better with the beard. Well, thank you. It's really nice of you to say. Kirsten says, hey, Noah. Hey, Kirsten. Jose Esparza, yep, my notifications are on. That's cool. It's very cool. Sadia says, I have a Q. I'm sending sensorematic OCD. Have you ever had it? My obsession is swallowing. You pronounce it right. I'm female. What I do have, Sadia, is just obsession. Like when my mood goes down, my obsession goes up. And what's crazy is when I start obsessing, like it's been like a less favorable couple weeks, a less successful couple weeks for my mental health. And when I start obsessing, it's always about the exact same thing. It's like there are deep grooves in my brain for the things that cause me to obsess, and it's just there, like linked in memory. So when I'm more upbeat, when I'm happy, when things are going well, I do really well at managing my obsession. And now what I try to do is I just manage my actions around the obsession, but I can't so much control when they do come about. But they're always the exact same obsessions. I think they are the thought loops and patterns that make me question myself the most, and then I'll just loop into them. No fun. Justin Torrance, sub, no, what's going on? Master J, thanks, man. Yeah, buddy. Eric Esteras, Noah, you're great, man. It's good to catch you on a live stream. I appreciate that. Yeah, I almost didn't do this live stream, you guys. I was talking to my wife who's in Arizona. We were doing Marco Polo. It's a pretty cool app, and I just didn't want to. I just didn't feel like it. I just don't have a lot of energy today. I'm feeling depressed today for most of the day. And I told my wife that. She's like, do it. Do it. So I'm here. I'm showing up, and I'm happy you guys are here too. And I'm not in one of those like spaces where I'll apologize for my demeanor. A lot of us who are here at this channel, mental health struggle or learning to cope with life. It's just part of this channel, which is good. So if I last another 30 minutes, that'll be great. 30 minutes is my goal for this live stream, and I will do my best to be of service or make it worth your attention and your time. But hopefully you guys can steer the conversation with topics, questions, whatever you want to talk about. Stuart Mills says, hi, Noah. 2 years ago you helped me keep my sanity. I've been checking out your content ever since. Thank you. That's really cool. That's really cool, Stuart. Thank you for sharing that with me. Montana Lewis, hello. Yes, definitely notification squad. You shaved. I did shave. I'm getting ready for Movember, guys. I cut myself shaving because I haven't shaved in like years. I mean, full blown like this, years. And so I did it for a Halloween costume. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you want to, you can. My handle is Big No No. But this was me at the Halloween party last night. Anyway, so I shaved because I dressed up like my wife who's out of town. So I just put on like the only pair of her clothes that I could fit into. Yeah. So BIGNOKNOW. Go check me out on Instagram if you want. Sario says, bro, my DPDR just gets worse, but your videos seeing you fight it just keeps me feel strong. Thanks, Noah. Yeah, you know, obviously it makes me sad to hear you say that. Something that I know, inherently understand, but it's just becoming more and more clear to me when it comes to day-to-day stuff, week to week, month to month. As someone who's just with a history of depression, low self-esteem, self-sabotage, anxiety, rumination, alcoholism, I really, the longer you work into recovery and you live a life based around these things, like you don't run away from them, but you understand that they're a part of you, the more I realize that what I'm trying to do is just stack as many odds in my favor and develop as many habits and as much support as I possibly can to be okay in the long run, and to get into like a life of fulfillment as opposed to happiness. Because I think I had this idea when I first got depressed that I would get better from my breakdown. Well, I mean, that being said, I went back and forth deciding if I'd ever be better. But once I just made the decision that there was a chance I could survive, I remember thinking one day I'll be normal again, and that's just different once you've suffered a major breakdown. And so, sorry, when I hear you say like seeing my videos helps you stay strong, that makes me so happy, because I feel like sometimes that is the best we can do, is we can just try to stay strong and understand that life's gonna hurt, and we can just try to stack the odds in our favor. Road Below says, how about some thumbs up? It's nice of you. 420 forever, 11 days sober. Bravo. Bravo. Justin Torrance, how was your stress levels before hypogonadism treated compared to now? I mean, I was in a different space. Like stress, I was in that, I think it's called the parasympathetic state 24/7 before I found out I had low T, but I also just had like an aggressive mental breakdown that I was dealing with. So tons of depression, tons of anxiety, tons of hopelessness, and tons of depersonalization. Worse, much, much worse. Figuring out that I had low testosterone back in 2012 just helped me put a piece of the puzzle in. Sadia Satar, I get notifications when you go live. I ran here and I got the notification. That's so cool. Man, that's crazy. And like in a good way. Jose, as far as I've been in bed all day, I have stuff to do, but no drive to do them. I hear you. Today was one of those days for sure. I mean, you guys can kind of see it in my eyes. I was drained today. I did not want to show up today for anything at all. And I haven't really wanted to for like 2 weeks. I've had 2 straight weeks, and I hope you guys don't think I'm complaining, because I don't want to come across that way. I'm simply just sharing, but I've had 2 weeks of mostly days where just didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to show up for life, didn't want to do anything. I just felt down and out of it. But you know what? We get up and we show up for life anyway. And luckily, I have a routine and a structure that's so wired in me now that I can kind of autopilot in the right direction. So, and I'm not saying that to put a spotlight on you saying you stayed in bed all day. Jose, I really appreciate you admitting that. Like, that's huge. Trust me. I could have, but today I got up and I went to my 12-step meeting, and I did some mobility, and then I did some grocery shopping for my week, getting just my food. And then I cleaned the kitchen, and then I watched a Blazer game that I recorded from yesterday, and just trying to do the next right thing. But if you can see in my eyes, just down on myself today. We got a $20 super chat from Top Realm. That's really generous. So guys, a super chat function is a way to support smaller, well, any level YouTuber, but smaller YouTube channels like mine, channels that get flagged for inappropriate or potentially inappropriate content like mine. It's a great way to just show your love and support. It means so much to me. And it puts your comment at the top as like a thank you so much for doing that. So $20, it's a big deal. Thank you so much. And Top Realm says, thank you for your videos. They keep my head up and help me see things in a more positive aspect. I'm sure you've helped millions from your videos. Please stay strong yourself, dang. So that's, thank you. I know that I've helped someone. many someone's, and you guys have helped me, that's for sure. For all the things that sometimes I doubt and I stress about and I worry, I don't worry about that. I know that I can make a difference just like you can make a difference. Just keep doing the next right thing. Anyway, really generous donation. Thank you. Okay, let's see, where are we? Depression Talks with Emmanuel says, yo, question, bud. Any tips for getting out of feeling numb? It's a big question. A few things popped into my head right away. I've heard people talk. I've only done this a couple times, but I've heard people talk about waking up and taking an ice cold shower or getting into a cold body of water. That's an extreme thing to do. I think something that helps me get out of the feeling of being numb is being around people I care about who care about me. Identification helps me not to feel numb. So if I'm feeling numb, I look for stories. I look for people that I can identify with that can make me feel connected to them. So like I've been researching, I did a little bit of research on sugar withdrawal because I'm speculating it's part of the reason I've been feeling so out of it and down these last couple of weeks, because I just ended up cutting out all added and processed sugar for the last couple of weeks. So I would say seek for identification, shock the system, maybe do some exercise. And I think also another thing for me is I respond to apathy and numbness, kind of even like the one I have right now, by wanting to double down on my game plan and feel like I'm not just floating in empty space. I'm not just like sitting waiting around to feel better, but I'm making sure that I'm doing something tangible to affect change. It's tough though. I mean, like I feel a little bit numb right now. So I guess if I was going to give myself advice, I'd say just keep doing the next right thing. Escapist Foundation says, hey man, looking good and sober. Cheers out of Canada. Yes, thank you. I've got my baby face on. I'm happy to be sober. Cheers out to you too. Kirsten says, how are you doing today? I'm sure if you're still here, Kirsten, which I hope you are, yeah, I feel a bit depressed today. I've just felt depressed today. Jose Esparza meant them, not theme. Oh, I understand. G, thank you for asking. And how are you? Sorry. How are you, Kirsten? G Brig 001. When my depression goes down, I can't stop the obsession. I know, right? I don't know how to control those obsessions. I feel like I'm in a black hole. So I don't try to control them. I hope everyone knows that. When my obsessions peak up like they do today, where I will go in this weird loop that I've had come in and out of my life for years, very upsetting. It just makes me want to just put my head in a pillow and just wake up the next day. I don't try to control them. What I try to do is gently observe them. I try to see myself as the observer, not the creator of the thought. It's an interesting perspective that's really made a lot of sense to me. And I try to just do like the normal things that I would do. Like I remember key phrases like I'm my actions, I'm not my thoughts. I say things to myself like this too shall pass. I question them like, is that true? Do I know that to be true? And I parent myself. So this is a new concept to me over the last few months, but it's been impressed upon me by my drug and alcohol counselor that it is my responsibility to be my own parent and to be loving to myself and have language that promotes positivity and language that promotes peace, like peace of mind. And so when I start obsessing, especially about things that make me feel bad, I remember like, oh, you're okay. I've got you. Like I will be your parent. I'll take care of you. But it's hard. It's hard when it lasts for days and days and days and days and days and weeks and into months. When the obsession spins last that long, it's harder to be like, you know, proactive. You're more just like, go away. Depression Talks with Menu. I'm glad you did it, bud. Thanks, dude. Annie M says, what did depersonalization feel like for you? Depersonalization for me felt like being hungover, sleep deprived, and overly caffeinated all at once. So I always tell people if you wonder what DP feels like and you had to express it in a way that's like relatable to most people, it's those three things stacked on top of each other. Just it's bad. Rough Man says, what is Jessie doing? I'm sure you miss her. I laughed when I saw your costume impressions of her. My wife is in Arizona. She's taking care of her sister's kids. Her sister has 2 kiddos and 1 on the way. and she lost her childcare. So Jessie went down there, my wife, to be of service, which is great. But I do miss her. I've been wondering how much of my mood dip these last couple of weeks is just cutting out all sugar, which I know is a very real thing. I was abusing sugar for sure. And how much of it is that my life and my wife are gone. She's gone right now. And I'm used to her being around. And no doubt that's affecting me. Pradeep Singh's, shoot. 82 people here. That's crazy, you guys. That's so cool. Welcome. Please make sure you join the conversation. If you've never done a live stream before with me, leave a comment. Or just direct the conversation for the group or whatever. But just get involved. It's more fun that way for sure. Where the heck are we? Forgive me, guys. Oh, you guys are... Okay, I'll try to go faster. Okay, this is... Okay, I will go faster. I'm always so slow. Okay, Pradeep Singh says, we can't control thoughts. Really awesome, Noah. I have started giving importance to intellect. Than my thoughts. Good. Bluke says, we really appreciate you coming on even when it's tough. We really don't care. We do care deeply for you. We can only hope to help you as much as you've helped us. Oh, trust me, guys. This isn't me gassing you up. You guys have done more for me than I could ever hope to do for you. I mean that. Like, you guys, I can't tell you how supportive you are and how much I lean on you guys just to keep my head straight, because there's a lot of madness between my ears, like for a lot of us. And you guys allow me to share what I'm actually thinking and feeling, and you don't condemn me, and I appreciate you guys so much. CT says, is there a way to deal with people who are unaware of my depression without actually disclosing it to them? So the question is how to deal with people who are unaware. Look, if they don't understand that you're depressed, I guess I'm not sure if you mean like in a professional way, in a personal way. If it's in a personal way, you set boundaries. If it's a professional way, then you understand that you can't control that, and you check that at the door no matter what, and if you can't, then you get out of that job. But otherwise, yeah, you set boundaries around these people, and that is within your control, so you just take extreme ownership and be like, look, if you have to deal with them, then you're gonna create boundaries in the timing you see them, what you discuss, and how long you discuss it for, or whatever. And if you don't have to see them, then you see them less. That's what I would do. But that's me speaking from generalities, because I really don't know what exactly you're going through. Omir El Deeb says, hey Big Nono, my depression is making me have a very large appetite. I've gained 40 pounds. What can I do to control that? And Omir, I would just work on your depression at all costs. So for you, consuming a bunch of food is it's a solution for you. It's not the problem. It's a symptom. It's a side effect of the problem, which is your depression. So your job is to attack the depression aggressively. And whether that's seeing someone professionally or following a game plan, you have to be doing something like that. I think that'll make a huge difference. And then beyond that, if you want to tackle them totally separate, I would suggest tracking all of your food on MyFitnessPal and not going over. I track every single bite of food that I take in. Personally, it works for me. It keeps me responsible for the choices that go in my mouth, or the things I put in my mouth and how it affects my body, my brain, and it just keeps me in check. So that it takes the mystery out of it. But you're eating because you need to comfort yourself. So another thing I could say when I say like attack depression, find more sustainable ways to comfort yourself. It is really dark in this office. I need a lamp like right here. No. Recovery journey. Hey Noah. Hey Recovery journey. Rough man. Patreon live stream after? Maybe. Probably should. Recovery journey. You alright? I know how it is. You're alright. Yeah. I appreciate that. Depression talks to the manual. Says, any tips for not feeling numb? Not feeling anything towards life? So I addressed that earlier. Best I could. Best I could. I hate that feeling though. Ugh. Eric Estera says, watching you has taught me to keep a positive attitude all the time. I have many ups and downs, but you really have taught me to help manage my anxiety for the most part with no medications. That's a big victory. That's really cool. The Manic Rainbow says, hi, this is one of the first times I've caught your live stream. I wanted to thank you for helping me through some things. I found you through that video you made in 2014, the If You Feel Hopeless one. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad that you're still around to say that. That makes me feel really good. I hope you're doing well today. Recovery Journey says, I got up and did meditation and pushed through it and it helped a lot. Meditation, I have to confess, I don't meditate often enough at all. At all. I need to do that more. Thank you for reminding me. Roma, hey, I can't stick around tonight, but saw that you're live streaming, so I had to pop in and say hey. Hope you have a great week. I hope you do too. Thank you for stopping by. If you're still here. Recovery Journey, the routine and structure helps so much. Routine and structure is life for me because I'm just so apt to fall into my own behavior, like my own best thinking, you know, I will fall back on old patterns and habits so fast. Like, oh, so fast that if I didn't have habits and routines and leadership in my life, I don't know where I would be at this point. I feel like the way I am, there's some nice qualities about me, but undeniably I get distracted, I get lazy, I get selfish, I get self-centered, I get insecure, so insecure, and I get down, I get weird motives. I have cognitive dissonance where I want to behave a certain way, and so I think one way, behave different. Yeah. Guys, routine and structure, it is the secret sauce. Ow! My legs are so sore. Ow! Oh. See, is this worse? Is this like... It feels like it might be worse. Oh, that's nice. That looks really good. How do we do that? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna try this. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try this. Okay. Good. Yeah. Now I know why I have a beard. Because when I tuck my, look at that double chin, you guys. Okay. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that. That was a gigantic waste of your time. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, here we go. So we just got a super chat from, I bet like 10 people just signed off like, nope, not doing this. Not hanging out watching you do that. A super chat from my mom. Everyone show my mom so much love. Maya Thomas, that's literally my mom. Thank you, Mom. She says, hey, baby, just hey. Love you. See you tomorrow. Be strong. Be brave. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mom, for supporting me. Say something nice to my mama, guys. She's the best. Polarizer for Life says, I know I've been doing slightly better over the past year, but I'm still falling into the same old bad habits. Yeah, keep trying to do better anyway. I still fall into the same old bad habits, but I just try. I get it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And maybe that means you need to relook at how you attack this thing. And it can be really frustrating to fall into the same old habits, but maybe you just need to start smaller. I think some of us wake up and we're just like ready for a moment to be a completely different person. It doesn't work that way. Maybe that for you should symbolize that you are trying too hard to change too much. And maybe you need to start so small that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you won't let yourself down and you won't slip. So maybe make your goal a little smaller, start a little slower, and keep going anyway. Justin Torrance says, go Red Sox. Okay, I'm down for that. Castro says, recovering from PTSD, bad from Iraq and being on meds for years. Who would have thought my testosterone was tanked? Got on TRT thanks to you and feel better, man. Thanks. Bless you for your service. Thank you for that, and I'm glad the TRT is helping you. Olivia Lima says, dude, where's your beard? You got such a baby face right now. It's weird. Yeah, I know. This looks strange. It's not my best look, but I'm going to do no shave November, and I'm going to just do a creepy mustache. It's my whole goal in life. I just want to look as creepy as humanly possible. And so I just got to jump on the shaving, I guess. Jose Esparza says, hugs, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Polarizer for Life, please help. A.R. Campbell says, I recently found your channel, and I just want to say thank you so much for doing what you do. It's my pleasure. Scott's Thought Channel. Hey there, everyone. Is this actual Scott's Thoughts? No. Who is this? That's not actually Depression to Expression, is it? I wish I knew. I don't think it would come out as Scott's Thoughts channel. I think it would come out as Depression to Expression. But hey, everyone. Hey to you too. Sorry, whomever you are. Recovery journey. You know it helps me going and helping others. Maybe try to reach out and see if there's anyone struggling and try to be of service. That really helps me helping someone else. That's beautiful advice. That is advice that I very much suggest to other people as well, and I need to be reminded of. Yeah, thank you. I think a part of me, and if this doesn't seem legit to say so, but I think a part of me was like, get on this live stream. Do this live stream even though I didn't feel like it, and I knew I could spend time with you guys and maybe be of service to someone. So I was sort of thinking that way. The Manic Rainbow, you've helped me, absolutely. I tried to kill myself in September, but managed to push past that so far with your help. I'm so glad you didn't. I'm so glad you didn't. Polarizer for life. It's weird because it's like I trick myself into thinking I'm getting better, and then I ask myself, am I really getting better? Yeah, I know that battle for sure. You almost don't know if you're faking it to yourself also, or is it real? The good news is I found that even when, if you think you might be doing better, there's a fair chance that you are. There's a fair chance that you are, which is good. Joke's on you. How long until you notice an energy increase, erection changes, strength, man? So when I started testosterone, say about 6 weeks, or about 2-3 weeks, energy started changing, mental health stuff, about 5-6 weeks. And it got a little bit better over time. The rest was just compounded, so the longer I had it evened out, the faster it all came. Scott's Thoughts channel, self-identification is a very good tool, yes. Adam Joe Diary, libido and depression. I don't exactly know the context of that comment. Libido and depression. I've got good libido, but I think I have situational depression right now. I don't know if that's what you mean. HALT is also a great way to keep self-aware. Yeah. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Is that what it is? Raf Max says, I'm fed up with all the shit in my head. Me too. I've got a sign behind me that says, Dear Brain, please shut up. Thank you. The Scientunist, hey man, what's going on, dude? Brian McCauley says, how do I speak on this channel without using my real name? I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you change your avatar, I guess, in your Google settings? The Scientunist has been watching your videos the past 7 months. It's been fantastic. Love your work. Thank you. It's really nice of you to say, dude. Depression Talks with Emmanuel. Thank you, man. It means a lot. It's my pleasure. Justin Torrance. If TRT helped Castro with PTSD, then testosterone must have a positive effect on stress. Limited information on TRT effects on stress online. I agree, and I would imagine so. Marin W. Life is too much to handle, and I don't know how to get through. You know what, Marin? I have to say that not knowing how to get through is not the worst space to be in. So I've read this comment, life is too much to handle, and I don't, people have been at their lowest. That doesn't mean that they're open to doing anything different. So Marin, if you don't know where to start, that's great. Ask for help and do what's suggested with all your heart, and it should make a big difference for you. Scott's Thoughts channel says, hi there, Big No-No. I just celebrated 8 years clean and sober. That's a huge deal. Congratulations. Justin Torrance, I need TRT to hopefully treat my extreme stress for little to no reason. Yeah, if you got low T, that will help. And then just keep identifying other things, I hope you get the relief you need, though. My brain's a little mushy right now, guys, but I'm doing my best. I'll hang out a little bit longer. I'm just really glad you guys are here. Sorry, I've lost my spot. I really lost my spot. Jeez. Sorry, guys. Castro says TRT changed the game after being on meds for years, buddy. God bless. Awesome. Ryan McCauley, good shit, Scott. Yep. A.R. Campbell, have you ever tuned into lectures by Baba Ram Das, Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, etc.? Anyone along those lines? I think so. I listen to podcasts all day. Ow! My legs are so sore. So yeah, I think I have. Scott's Thoughts channel. I share what I learn in recovery in my videos too. Great work, Epic Nono. How long have you been sober? I've been sober almost 7 months, and keep sharing your message, dude. Larry Mack, I'm new on TRT. Love your videos. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you like them. It means a lot. And I hope the TRT helps. Adam Jodari says, with no libido depression. Adam, phrase that differently. Please. Scott's Thoughts channel. I have identified with multiple personality disorder in the past. Camila asks, says, Noah, you really helped me. Love from Brazil. It's beautiful. Love right back to you. Scott says, you're doing great. It's JXOX. So much love from London. Thank you. Sage Mode Austin. Do you meditate daily? No. I think I do passive meditation. So like I'll take deep breaths throughout the day. Like I was walking outside and I closed my eyes for about 2 minutes and took some deep breaths. But I don't know what my resistance is to sitting down, like hitting the floor, for example, and doing some guided meditation. I should really investigate that because it's suggested to me everywhere. I suggest it because I do it in small doses. I've been doing it daily for almost 4 months and it's helped me tremendously. I'm gonna have to start working that into my rituals. I really do. I just have to commit. Who cares? I've been a ghost lately, Noah, but I keep you in my thoughts. Thank you. Kirsten says, doing okay. A little sore from yesterday's half marathon. Depression has been back for about 2 months now. Lots of conversations with my counselor. Hope your week treats you well. One step at a time, right? Yeah, one step at a time. What else can we do? We're either going to lean into things that are going to help, or we're going to fall back on things that are going to seem like a good idea temporarily and then be very damaging long term. And part of my commitment to myself, trying to just be the most responsible adult I can be, for me, is to commit to being a grown-up and doing a grown-up thing when I feel this way. Like I feel depressed right now. Respond like a responsible person. Commit to that because I need that. So yes, that's all we can do, and I hope you have a good week also, and obviously I feel for your depression. We got another, we have another super chat. Thank you so much from Polly Withers. Guys, super chat is a function where you can donate some money to a channel to support them, and on these live streams it makes your comment number one, so you'll be addressed first as a thank you. Obviously, it's very kind of you, so Polly, thank you. It means a lot. And she says, have you ever been on a prescription for depression? I have been put on many and always have a paradoxical reaction. This is why I refuse a VIVITROL injection for alcohol. I am a chronic relapser as well. Wow. So, Polly, yes, I have been on tons of antidepressants and antipsychotics and mood stabilizers. Back in the day, I was on a year and a half time frame where they were trying everything to try to get me better. I had a VIVITROL injection and had a paradoxical reaction to it. That's the whole reason this channel exists, because I was relapsing on alcohol and the VIVITROL shot was made available to me, and I had a very, very rare paradoxical reaction to it, and it spiraled me into a deep, dangerous depression and changed my life forever. Anyway, and so from that point on, I was prescribed a ton of medications. I tried Wellbutrin. I ended up being on Nortryptaline for a long time. Effexor. A bunch of other ones. I can't think clearly on what they were. Trazodone, off-label, Seroquel. We just tried a bunch, and it was a heartbreaking time because I didn't feel like any of them really helped. Seroquel helped get me to sleep really fast, but anyway. Thank you for being honest about the relapsing thing. And I hope you find peace like I hope for the rest of us. And I hope you never give up, and I hope I never give up. Okay. Thank you again for supporting this channel. Castro says, coming off my last 30 milligrams of Cymbalta for depression and anxiety to TRT. I hope you make that transition smooth. Rochelle says, do you drink caffeine? Yeah, I drink a coffee and a half every day. Justin Torres, Castro, did TRT help? Good. Scott, thoughts. Thoughts become things. We manifest what we meditate on, or we are negative. We will attract negativity. I agree. If we are positive, we will attract more positivity. I agree. Trevor Brubaker, hello all. What's going on, Trevor? Ryan McCauley, I haven't started sobriety yet. I don't have depression. I just fell into a work, father, pay bill cycle that has turned into drinking almost every day for 12 years straight. It's crazy how time can just go by so fast in that state. Thanks for being honest. Corey Fudge says, hey Noah, what's going on, Corey? Justin Torrance says, that is the best news I've heard. I'm on TRT as of 8 weeks ago. Awesome, dude. Hang in there. Ragnadier, hello Noah, what's going on? Luke says, good night Noah, you're great. You're great. Good night, dude. Adam Jodari says, yeah, again Adam, I don't know what you mean. Ryan McCauley says, I'm worried if I quit drinking at once, it could kill me. Thoughts? Yeah, be careful. If you think that, if you are that alcohol dependent physically, you could be right. You can definitely have a seizure when withdrawing from alcohol. So you need to be extremely careful, and you might need to have a professional detox. Don't take a chance on that if you're that physically dependent. If you have shakes when you don't drink, be careful. Trevor Brobaker, damn, 12 years of drinking, bro. I've been drinking daily for like 4 or 5. It can become, yeah, daily drinking can creep up on you, and before you know it, you've let a lot of important years just go. Castro, yeah, buddy, it gets better when your hormones are back to normal. Yeah, no kidding. Ryan McCauley says that if I just quit, I believe I could stop. Yeah, getting that ball rolling is everything. Having that willingness to take that first step. It's very hard to break away from addiction. I know very much. Looks like we have Paul Benish did a $2 super chat. Sorry, Paul, I didn't notice this. It says, no, I thought you were 25 again. Yeah? It's funny. I've been told I look like I'm 40. I like to think I don't look 40, but maybe I'm just in denial. Maybe I do. Justin Torrance's anxiety has been debilitating. I feel you, man. I feel you. Castro, now I feel like I'm 20 and life is getting better. Brother, hanging there good. The Manic Rainbow with a heart, thank you. Kelper dude, the typical American diet causes depression. Yes, it does. Yeah, so I truly believe that the typical American diet consisting of processed foods, simple carbs, processed sugar, processed meats, process. Yeah. High caloric value, low nutritional value stuff. Yeah, changing the way I eat, it's been pretty big for me. Scott says, I go to 12-step meetings. They have saved my life, bro. Yep, I do too. Gregory Gaspar says, thanks for all the good advice. You're welcome. Justin Torrance says, thanks, bro. That just gave me a lot of hope. Good. And you being here gives me hope, man. Who cares? Says, taper off alcohol. I cut it out once. Daily drinker and my liver shut down. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Ed says, meditation and yoga is good. Absolutely. Scott Thought says, routine is key. Yes. Nampaman says, we have so many things in common. I'm sorry. I'm almost sorry to hear that. No, I'm just kidding. Just making sure we don't have any super chats. Ryan McCauley says, do you think I could quit cold turkey? Okay, talking to each other. The Manic Rainbow, I like routine, but for some reason it exhausts me. A week of routine, and at the end I have to sleep for like literally 17 hours. Maybe dial back your routine, but I understand. Getting used to doing it takes a lot of energy. Brian McCauley without dying, yeah. Justin Torrance says, Noah, you motivated me to lose workout. Justin says, Noah, you motivated me to lose workout after watching your videos down 20 pounds. Good for you. Hell yeah. Walter Mall says, just look at the camera, dude. Trevor Brubaker says, how old do you know? I'm 31, guys. Scott's thoughts. That's why recovery works. We may all have different stories, but the feelings and emotions are the same. You got it. Brian McCauley says, so Tabor, okay, you guys are talking to each other. Trevor Brubaker says, that's just skin, not adulation. I know, I'm just kidding. Scott thoughts, hey mom. Brian McCauley, your liver shut down. Eddie says, aw. Gregory Gaspar says, hi mom. It's J Rock says, aw, hi mama. Mason S. Klein, hey, I found your channel years ago when you spoke about depersonalization. I've been going through it almost 3 months, 3 years now. Do you mind speaking about your current experience with it for a second? No, I don't mind at all, and my heart goes out to you if you think you're experiencing that. Currently, I don't think I experience it. I think I can experience brain fog, fatigue, sleep deprivation, stuff like that. Like today, I feel out of it and foggy, but I don't think it's depersonalization. I think there's a difference. I think over time, as I continue to just hone the craft of mental health recovery, healthy living, leadership, character building, stuff like that, over time, I think I've just put together enough good habits that have slowly turned the tides for my mental health, including my depersonalization. But in terms of beyond that stuff, in terms of like actively, how do I word this? Finding out I had a hormone imbalance was a big deal, and that really made a big difference for me. So make sure you figure that out. Okay, Mason, make sure you go get blood work. You can order it through my channel, actually. There's a link in the description. Or go to your doctor and ask him or her to test you. Scott Thoughts channel says your son rocks. Thanks. Nampa Man says, Scott, it's more than that. Ryan McCauley says, hi, Noah's mother. The Manic Rainbow, hi, Mama No-No. Mama No-No. Gregory Gaspard, great son, Mom. Montana Lewis, hello, Mom. Hey, guys, thank you so much for being so nice to my mom. Eric Estera says, when I find myself trying to fall back into old habits, especially drinking, I take a drive, play music, and go buy a Snapple at the gas station. It feels like good to reflect on moments like that. I think it is. I think it is. Adam Dreyer says, no, low libido and depression, please. Adam, I don't know what you mean, man. Like, I don't have low libido, and I in general, consider myself in depression recovery, although I've been feeling depressed these last couple of weeks. So I don't know if you're asking me like how to help you with low libido. I would say make sure you don't have a hormone imbalance. Make sure you're dealing with trauma. Make sure you're eating and working out, getting enough sleep, you know, the basics, but take the basics serious. As far as depression, come at it from a multidimensional aspect. Look at trauma, look at day-to-day behavior, incorporate better structure, guard your sleep, get professional help, find a group setting, find a way to be of service, get active. Honestly, guys, other than like specific diagnosis, most of us just don't give in to the basics, myself included. It was just brought to my attention passively on this live stream that I still don't meditate every day, but it's like on my what would make today great. I do some journaling in the morning, and one of the things I think I put today was, please meditate, Noah. Like meditate would make today great. So when this conversation's over, I'm gonna meditate, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I mean, the people that do the best are the people that give into the process to control what they can. And most of us do not control what we actually can, but we focus like crazy, and we obsess, and we ruminate, and we freak out, and we judge, and we waste energy on things we cannot control. I still do it too. Justin Torrance says, benzodiazepines destroy your endocrine system. Okay. Rhett Busey says, thoughts on magic mushrooms for depression? I don't have any active thoughts on that, but there's a lot of very, very smart people that do, and I encourage you to learn about that. I know that psychedelics can be apparently very powerful, but it's not a part of my story, and I just don't know enough about it. We just got a $5 super chat from Christina. Thank you, Christina, so much. She says, hey, Noah, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for the videos during the week. It helped me to know you were still with us. Stay brave, Noah. I'm still with you guys. I'm still with you. Like all of us, you know, I'm trying to learn how to be a responsible adult. I'm trying to learn how to show up for my life, take good care of myself, how to be committed, how to be on time, how to be disciplined, how to run a business, how to maintain and cultivate good self-esteem. It's a work in progress. It's the best I can say. It's a work in progress. But I'm here, and I'm trying my best. That's for sure. And thank you again for the kind super chat. Christina Figueroa says, I think you're a great person. Thank you. Scott's Thoughts channel says, yeah, it has a lot to do with empathy. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Good. Traceland says, some nights the anxiety, depression is just too much, you know? I do know. I have times still where I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. And it's not even like I want to give up and take my life. It's not that. It's just sometimes you get in a groove where you're like doing better, feeling better. And then sometimes you fall into a groove where just everything seems like it's coming harder. And you're doing maybe a lot of the right things, but you don't feel like anything's changing. And then you hit this point sometimes many times in a day where you're just like, I don't care and I don't want to do this anymore. But you just keep going anyway. And my experience has shown me that as long as I just keep going, things will change. And I believe and I have hope that I can get better and become more. And I just realized I forgot to do something that I have to do right now. Or I'm going to forget. This will take me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. Texting my sponsor. Sorry, guys. Okay. Definitely having a rougher time, Traceland says, in these days. Realize I can't trust anyone. I've locked myself up in the apartment for 2 months. Oh, it sounds so lonely. Don't isolate if you can help it, guys. Sometimes it feels like I think isolating falls into the category, at least for me, it's like what you think you want versus what you definitely need, which is to not isolate. The implement says, I need a buzz every now and then. It's just a shame alcohol is the only legal means in my area. Now to each his own. Scott's Thoughts channel. Yes, it's me, Scott's Thoughts channel. It's me, Scott. I don't think it is. Scott's not 8 years sober. Scott's not 8 years sober. I'm not trying to argue with you. And I chat with Scott on Facebook Messenger all the time. I don't think you're actually Scott from that channel. But I don't want to fight or argue or anything. And I'm not trying to embarrass you. It's all good. Okay. Bet Scott would be flattered, though. Sorry, guys. That was rude. Forgive me. Where was I? Ryan McCauley says, okay, I'm going to taper it off over the next month and try and stop. I've lived enough of my life with alcohol, and I'm ready to see what my life looks like without alcohol. Yeah, it's a lot of gifts if you get sober, but just be prepared, Ryan, that letting go of alcohol by itself might not be enough. It wasn't enough for me. I needed to replace it with something else, something more powerful, more meaningful. I found in the past that when I just stopped drinking, when I just stopped my drug of choice, I kind of got miserable because it was doing something for me. I mean, there were consequences, but it was still doing something for me. Mohado says, hey, do you still have DP? I don't. Scott says, others will see changes within you before you see changes yourself. Agreed. Joe Lass says, peace, homie GTG. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. Nampa Man says, I have depression when I can't get an erection. Yeah, that's tough. Scott's Thoughts channel says, when we are going through life changes. Yeah, Scott's offering good information here for sure. Logan Free says, hey, nice to catch your live video. Glad to have you. Implement says, my tea. The Manic Rainbow says, I'm sending you hugs, Noah. Thank you. I could use the hugs today. Anusuya Das says, Thich Nhat Hanh's miracle of mindfulness helped me mitigate those negative thoughts, to let them come, then let them go. I learned to control dark thoughts by personifying and directing, admonitioning them. Deep. B Stokes says, howdy, I'm late. YouTube doesn't notify me. Grr. Oh no. We got another super chat from Christina. This seems like a lot for you tonight. Please go if you need to. If you choose to stay, tell us how we can help you. Yeah, I'm definitely. I wasn't gonna do a live. Thank you, by the way. I definitely wasn't gonna do a live stream today. I have no issue being depressed in front of you guys. You guys are my internet family, and if you look back at my video catalog, I've shared some of the worst moments of my entire life over the last 6-7 years on here. I do think this is the most depressed I've felt going into a live stream. My wife encouraged me to do it, and it was good encouragement, and I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys being here. And you guys are, I mean, I know that when this live stream's over here, that I'll be proud of myself for doing it. I'll be so happy to have gotten in touch with some of you guys, all of you, but you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you, Christina. I'll hang in for another 8 minutes, guys. I'm going to bounce at the 1 hour marker. And now you know what a live stream with me when I feel depressed looks like. I know you must have been so curious. B Stokes, B stands for Brandy. You'll have to keep reminding me. I'm really bad with names. Gringo Viejo says, people are avoiding me because my mood's just weird lately. Just got that funk going. I feel you, dude. I really do. Luckily, I have enough learned behavior to, like, for most of my relationships, I can hold it strong and then deal with some internal pain and turmoil in an appropriate private way, like with other people that are better suited for it, you know. Beast Brandy says, hope all is well with you. I'm hanging in there. All is well. I'm just having a harder day. Gareth Thomas, 2 days clean, man. Hang in there, Gareth. You're in the early fight. Scott's Thoughts channel says, congrats on 7 months, bro. It's a great achievement. Thank you. Christina Figueroa, I appreciate that. Christina Figueroa, you should be praying. I pray every day. Brandy says, so you think you will get back to making a bit of music, or maybe a freestyle or do a cover for us? Next time I feel good, I promise I'll do that. All Prop Rob, what's your opinion on starting TRT for depression? My T level is 500 at 40 years old. It depends on what your free testosterone is, but I just don't know that it will help you much if your levels are that high. I'm not a doctor, I can't say for sure, but those definitely aren't low levels. I mean, there are higher levels out there, and I think everyone deserves to be high testosterone. I don't think being average is good. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, and I'm not trying to compare apples to apples, but like my total was 150 for one of my blood draws. So 500's not a bad space to be in, but I understand we could want more. Ways you can impact are big compound weightlifting, clean eating, and really good sleep. Those things can really help natural testosterone. All right, guys, 6 more minutes. Scott's Thoughts channel, you may need to ring the bell again, YouTube. We've been messing with the notifications. Scott's, okay. Livia Lima says, Noah, how do you deal with trying to stay sober while your friends still drink? Do you question the emotional bonding of these friendships? No, I don't so much question the emotional bonding. I think I question my perception of what I was doing it for. Like, how do I rephrase that? You know, for me, I personally have had to put my sobriety and my recovery as number one. It's my number one priority, and I make sure there's a clear-cut reason why, and I'm connected to those reasons. So I'm not around my friends when they drink. So at this point in my life, it's just not a healthy environment for me. So for the friends that were drinkers or drinking buddies, I offer them opportunities to see me in sober environments, go out to breakfast, coffee, lunch, and then I'm going to build a foundation in my recovery and my sobriety that I think is strong enough to be around some drinking in the future. But right now, I basically try to avoid it at all costs just because I need to stay focused. But yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I guess back in the day, I questioned those friendships, but then I realized it was kind of unfair to do that. I mean, what did I expect? You know, it's like we all, if if the primary reason we were together was surrounded by drugs and alcohol, it's not fair for me to expect my friends to not want to drink just because I don't. So it did bring light to the fact that I need to make sure that I'm nurturing meaningful sober relationships, though, the kind that don't have that sort of thing as the main connective tissue. Justin Torrance, does TRT lose its effects over time? No, I think it just gets you to a certain space, and then that's about all it can offer. I think the mistake a lot of dudes make is they're like, okay, I had low testosterone, I'm going to go ahead and start testosterone now. And then they start it, and they start to feel a bit better, maybe a little more energy, a little more appetite, and over a few months their mood, can kind of improve a little bit. But then they're like, hey, where's my return on investment? I want to feel even more better. I don't know if that's a proper sentence, but and then I think you kind of realize like, oh, this is just a piece of the puzzle. It's just one piece, and I've got a lot of other work to do, and that's the takeaway. That's the big takeaway, is that like stay busy in your mental health recovery and don't wait for TRT to fix everything. The Manic Rainbow says, Polly, I have the same. Okay, you guys aren't each other perfect. Arturo Guerrero said, just started TRT 2 weeks ago at 100 milligrams a week, and the anxiety I've gotten is unbearable. I'm considering stopping. Did you experience this in the beginning? Bad shortness of breath and insomnia? Yeah, Arturo, I mean, stop if you're having shortness of breath, or go consult your physician immediately. So this is just me speaking on my own experience, but I got a ton of anxiety when I first started my testosterone. And anxiety can manifest itself in a number of crazy ways. Our brains are powerful. Our brains are powerful. And so for me personally, again, consult a physician. This is not a suggestion for you in particular, but for me personally, I just needed to wait it out. I just needed to get adjusted, acclimated, and calm. But if you're worried that you're having an adverse reaction, do what you got to do. Just understand that testosterone's already in you. Okay, you're just simply supplementing something you already have. You're not adding a foreign substance to your body. Ryan Madrano says, have you ever quit vegan for a little bit and just got it for a huge sake? Yeah, so I'm not vegan. I just did a vegan challenge. That's funny. Gareth Thomas says, cheers. Okay, cool. Gringo Viejo says, praying for you. I can see and feel your darkness tonight. Yeah. As you know, it'll get better. It will, and thank you for the prayers. Sarah Lennon, hey, no, I have multiple mental illnesses and chronic pain. I have developed agoraphobia. I find it difficult to do anything. Meds, but it's not helping me. I'll be praying for you. It sounds like you're in a hopeless state, and I know hopeless states. Stay brave, okay? J1080, which is the strongest antidepressant? I think Effexor is considered one of the stronger ones, but I don't know. And Sebro. Trayson says, grateful to you for coming out tonight. I needed Noah time. You have been a huge part of me sticking this life out, because some days it's really hard. My letter of gratitude to you got lost in your Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. Although, you know what? You kind of just gave me it right there. I'm sure you wrote something really nice, though. Thank you. I need to see you here tonight, too. Adam Jari says, Noah, what I mean by low libido. Delta Holding 3. Hi, Noah. Just wanted to tune in for a bit to say hi and wish you the best things in the world, and you're a big inspiration and motivation for me. Thank you. Thank you. Adam Joe Diary. Noah, what I mean by low libido is low sexual desire due to depression medications. So I think I covered that. I think I got the gist in this last time. But continue to work with your doctor and let him know what side effects you're having. Scott Thoughts, babyface. This is why I don't shave off, and I already look a lot younger than I am. I'm very well picked. Give me tea. Do you think electronics cause mental illness? I spend too much time on my phone, and I've never experienced fear like I have before. Yes, I think there's a lot of evidence now showing that we are becoming far less social. We're becoming addicted to our phones, and there's actual a physiological effect happening. So the reward system is actually being pleasured in the brain is what I'm hearing, which makes sense. Like on Instagram, we search, we find, dopamine hit. But no, but we're never satisfied. Search, find, dopamine hit. Search, find, dopamine hit. And it leaves us craving it. And I struggle with that. B Stokes, I've only been on a few minutes, but you have a bit of a mellow vibe today. Can't tell if that's just calm, tired, or something a bit worse. Show us the smiles and laughs. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm a bit depressed today. And guys, I'm at the 1 hour marker, and it's all I got. It's all I got. So I didn't quite get to everybody's question today, but I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for letting me be here or spending time with me, in spite of the fact that I feel depressed today, and I've just felt low energy, and I just want to go lay down and turn off the lights and just get through today. And these days will still happen. These days will still happen. That's it. I mean, I think sometimes when people are new to depression, anxiety, and mood swings, I know I did. I got this idea that one day this sort of thing would never happen, and the truth is, you just don't want to scare people off too fast. In certain ways, you never fully recover, or at least, let me rephrase, you don't go back to life before you ever had depression. Like that innocence of your childhood and that carefree view of the world and yourself prior to having a mental breakdown or panic disorder or clinical depression like I've had, like many of us have had, I think you can attest that you can't unfeel that. You can't pretend it didn't happen. Your brain does even out, and you do learn how to take more responsibility over your lifestyle to ensure better mental health, and you get better at it, and your mood does stabilize out, but you still have really hard days, and that's why it just requires daily work, and that's why I'll end it with this, and I'll repeat this till the death of me, but it's the reason, that's the whole reason, in my opinion, it's so important when you are feeling good, when you're feeling stable, when you have any inspiration, motivation. That's why it's so important to establish your lifestyle and your habits and get your behaviors locked in. Because you're going to have days like I'm having today, like I've kind of been having on and off for the last couple of weeks, where you just don't care anymore. And out of nowhere, you're depressed again, and your brain's foggy, and you're moving slow, and you're thinking slow, and you're feeling hopeless. And you can get there quick, but luckily I have so many things already ingrained in me that I still got up and did everything I was supposed to do today, and I wanted to. I showed up for my life, and I took really good care of myself today, and maybe it'll turn around here today. Maybe I'll just be really depressed all day. But I certainly wouldn't want to start learning how to take better care of myself in this state and expect much follow through. So that's why it's like, I'm so proud of myself for slowly over time developing an attitude and a lifestyle that's just like keeps me in check till this passes, and this will pass. And I look forward to having a more upbeat live stream with you guys next week or the week after, whenever we do this again. But this will pass, and I know that. And I don't know. That's all I got. All right, God bless you guys. Thank you for your time. Thanks for those that did super chats, and thanks to everyone who's here. We'll see you guys in the next video. I do care a lot about you guys. Take care.